Welcome to On the Way to School, your 6-minute daily boost for educators and administrators. I'm Christopher S. Dennis, and today, let's elevate our journey together. Hey, happy Monday. I hope you're doing well on the way to school. It is Monday morning, and I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. It's Sunday, and I'm recording this. But I have to do this because I want to give you a week's worth of strong episodes on the way to school. And in order to do that, I'm going to try to prepare and get them done a little earlier. So that way, as this week picks up, I don't leave you hanging. So last week, Thursday, I went up to Astro Camp in Idlewild, California to hang out with the fifth graders. And it was truly a magical experience. So I spent Thursday night there. They spent Wednesday and Thursday night. And then everybody came back on Friday. But it was really helpful for me to be able to just get out there with some students. You know, as you know, I went on a 10th grade trip last month, but being able to get out there with the fifth graders was really cool. And it was nice because I've been seeing these guys, you know, for the last 3 years. I visit their classrooms, you know, they know me. So when I walked up, they were firing bottle rockets or 2-liter bottle rockets. Because, you know, it's Astro Camp, but they saw me. They were like, Mr. Dennis. So it was just good to be able to see them. And they were just so sweet. They were like, why weren't you here yesterday? As if I was supposed to be there. But they didn't even know I was coming. But it was just really cool to be with them and then actually just watch them grow up and come into their personalities is really special. So today's conversation I wanted to start is really about what it feels like when you're pouring out to your students, when you're pouring out to your team, when you're available for colleagues. You know, if you've taught, you've had meetings, people are coming to you to help solve problems, and then you know you realize like, hey, like okay, I had 4 or 5 meetings, I taught a lesson, I led a workshop. And everybody got what they needed, and you took care of the people, but there wasn't a meeting on your calendar that was really about you being able to share some of your needs. There wasn't a meeting on your calendar really where you were able to pour out and kind of get what you've given all week. And it reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my professors in my doctoral program, and she said, you know, you all are moving through this program as a cohort, and you think that's how you're going to finish. She's like, sometimes you got to teach yourself, regardless of if the teacher or the professor is going to get you what you need or not. You got to go pull the information, pull the knowledge, pull the resources you need to take care of yourself. And I think that same thing applies, that sometimes you have to be the coach you need. You've got to go and kind of cater and really kind of rub your own back sometimes. And that's unfortunate, but sometimes it's just real, because in some cases, the time it's going to take you to really slow down, process, and pour out so that somebody can help you put it back together. If you're anything like me, sometimes you can really just, if you can just get a minute to get some brain time, you can actually recharge and be in a really good space. So I've got 2 things for you to think about when you have to take a minute to coach or teach yourself, okay? The first is reflect on a time where you were able to restore, or a decision-making process, or a healing process that you've went through. You can revisit that time back in history and just visualize it. Visualize those steps you took to reconnect and get better, or to calm yourself, or to find a moment of peace. Remember that moment. If you had pictures from that era or that day, sit back and just take a look at them for a minute. Just remember what it was like to be there in that space. And you will be surprised at what you can do within your body physically when you reflect on that moment, or that process of where you were able to kind of unpack a situation and really regulate your energy and come out okay. All right. So just reflect with that. And then at that moment, when you've actually been able to embrace that energy, just go ahead and connect to the present and think about, okay, so how does this apply to the feeling I'm having now? How can I affirm and stamp this moment? Does it mean you need to journal something? Do you need to send yourself a video note? I've got quite a few things in my notes app that I just write down for myself that I can revisit for times like this. And I find it really helpful. So, excuse me. So, reflect and connect to those moments where you are able to coach yourself and pull yourself into a healthier space, especially when you're having a week or a day where there's not a lot of time left for you. So anyway, I hope this helps. And like I said, I'm going to try to get you some really good episodes this week, because it's the week before Thanksgiving, and I think we all need some good stuff on the way to school. See you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on the way to school. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and keep making a difference. I'm Christopher S. Dennis. See you tomorrow.